We cutting loose.
All right, everybody, it's time for another episode of DWMOD. You've been waiting patiently. We're back. We're in action. Hey, tonight we're going to be talking Knicks Spurs. Game 4 is going to be happening. Street fights. We're going to be talking about Sorsby getting reinstated. We'll be talking a little Red Wings. We're going to get to that annoyingly. And also World Cup's in, NBA playoffs, Stanley Cup finals. Ticket prices are through the roof. What are we trying to pay for tickets, man? No, just go, Louis.
Ready?
College football is now B1G versus SEC.
Down. Put.
If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money.
Ready?
All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. The man, the myth, the legend, Andy St. Clair in the house. What's up, buddy? It's been
What's up? How are you? How are you?
Week and a half here, I think. 2 weeks almost.
Yeah, well, it's I was spending a lot of time at my daughter's school. She was hanging out there and finished her first grade, moved on to second, and then we're traveling. I'm in Missouri right now, so I'm in a quilt room. So that's a quilt background.
Hey, soaking up the lakes of the Ozarks and staying nice and warm in the quilt.
Oh my gosh, 90 degrees, rain, humidity. You forget about the humidity when you leave it.
Oh, brother, I'm telling you, the humidity here has been bad. I've had some big yard projects going on. I had 3 4-ton trucks of dirt dumped in this backyard for this erosion problem I've been having. Man, we got it all piled in, packed in, got it all down, got some grass growing, and then the monsoons came the last 2 days and they've been washing it out. I'm like,
yeah,
mother.
For sure. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's great. It's good to be back. I'm enjoying here, but I'm always ready to go,
Yeah. Well, we got some good stuff to get to tonight, man. Before we get there, just got a call from friend of the show, fellow we both know, Jerron Horton.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons season ticket holder. He said, "My man, what are you doing tomorrow? Do you want to go to the season ticket holder Falcons OTA practice and picnic?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'll go to that."
Yeah,
So we'll be checking that out tomorrow, man.
I got a new
What
coach.
should I be looking for? Andy?
Well, first off, I think you got to look for Penix versus Tua. See who the guys are hanging out with more, Tua or Penix. That's
good call.
That's what I'm looking at. I want to see I think it's going to be Tua, but we'll see. And then I would say, Pitts. Pitts is still there. Is he going to be important this year finally? And probably not. And then the new coach, Stefanski. See what Stefanski say.
See how they're getting along. Good point you bring up. Who's hanging around with who?
Yeah, who are the guys already sidling up to? Being like, okay, it's going to be Tua.
Yeah, probably going to be Tua right off the bat because he's going to start. Penix will be ready to go.
Right.
They're teasing it on the radio down here, Andy. Penix is going to be ready to go, but I don't know, man.
I mean, we'll see. I'm interested to see. What I like is they're both left-handed. I love that they got 2 left-handed quarterbacks.
Right. That plays. Everybody's used to the lefty delivery, so there won't be any mixed up there. Now, what's it? Tua's on this is a 1-year deal for him, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's 1 year.
I mean, if you're the Falcons, you're kind of hoping Penix comes in and takes the job, right?
For sure. Because if Tua does, then you got to pay Tua. I guess Falcons go 11-6, and Tua leads them to 11-6.
Right.
Then that pick's going to be bad. Then that pick is officially really bad.
Yeah. Now, is my math right here that they still have Penix for 3 more on the rookie deal?
At least 2, maybe 3. Yeah, maybe 1 more.
Yeah.
On top of that,
because they could go 5th-year option, right?
Right.
Yeah. They're hoping that works out.
Yeah,
that works out, man. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes when we get over here, man. NBA Finals, buddy. That Knicks and Spurs game 3. Let's get into that a little bit. Wimby getting a little crazy, but let's talk a little bit. We'll dig more into that when we get into quick hits. Let's dig into a little bit what's going on outside the Garden after these games, buddy. Have you been catching some of these videos?
I love it. I love it. They're going to burn that
What?
whole city down. I love it. Give it to me.
Listen,
love it.
I like that the people are in the streets, and I like there's millions of people out there and they're gassed up for it. But Louis, roll this video here.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. They're yelling Spurs jersey, Spurs jersey. He's running for his life. He ain't doing nothing but walking down the road. And they're housing him. And now they got him on the ground and they're housing him, Andy. And there's just videos like this everywhere. People walking down the street in Spurs jersey, not instigating anything. No shit like that. That guy was just walking down the street after the game. And a mob of a million people start yelling Spurs jersey and start just collapsing on you. Like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, yeah, no doubt. It's horrible. But I will say this. Like that guy, when he's seen the videos, right? He knows where he's going. You know, it's not like, you know, he's not like, he chose to wear that jersey. And as soon as you put that on, you'd be like, oof, this could be bad. So I feel like he signed his own contract there.
I guess, but listen, you should be wide open to understand you're going to be berated, and maybe even somebody might throw something at you, a beer, a cup, or something. You know what I mean? Some shit like that you may have to do, which is still stupid. You're gonna have to deal with the berating, no doubt. But this type of shit, man, like I don't know, man. This stuff always irks me. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Sports is. I love sports, man. Sports is supposed to be the thing where, we're going to go there. We're going to razz each other and stuff. We're not going to have our life like that dude's scared for his life. You saw him just take off running.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. I would have brought another shirt. So when I walk out of the stadium, I'm wearing like a hoodie.
You ain't wrong. Would have been smart. You know,
I mean, this is my only point in the Spurs guy is like, he's got to think it through, you know? I mean, even when I go to like, I've been to like Missouri games on the road to like Kentucky, and I'm not even talking like the most dangerous places in the world. I go into Kentucky and I'm like, oh God, I'm already thinking like, oh boy, here we go. I got it. Guess you know what I have? A hoodie. Then I can put. Then after the game, I zip it up and I walk out right out of the stadium, and I'm like, okay. But
yeah,
my point
this
is
is
like,
a smart plan.
But I'm thinking about it as in the idea of like, I already know when I'm walking in, this is going to be a problem, and that's just to Lexington. I would never do it in New York. So like, look, I feel bad. It shouldn't happen, no doubt. But that guy has to take some of this on himself a little bit.
Yeah, this dude, and if they blurred his photo out on this one here, but there's videos where you can see this guy and you're like, oh, this poor guy's got no idea. Right. He's got no idea. He's probably from San Antonio or some small town in there for the game, and he's got no idea. And he's just walking down the street, and then he start being like, his eyes are wandering. He's going, holy shit, man, this is bad.
Right.
Like, he had no clue. No clue. I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit. When they got on top of him and started throwing punches and shit, he was throwing some roundhouses. He was like, I'm going down swinging.
He had to, right? It's like I'm going to the Royals Dodgers game in early August. Like, I'm not wearing a Royals jersey there. I'm just gonna wear a hat, right?
Do it. No, I went to so many Dodgers games, bro, and wore my Tiger shit every single time.
Well,
nobody said
reasonable. The New York fans are not reasonable. That's for sure.
No. You know what I mean? But like, I gotta tell you, I would wear my shit in there. I'd be like, I'm wearing my shit, man. And if we got an issue, that's on you. But it's going to be trouble.
Right. I probably wouldn't even go to the game. I mean, I wouldn't pay for the ticket. I'd just like, I'll watch it on TV.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not paying for that ticket. I'm not paying for that ticket at all. I went to Dodgers Padres and wore my Tony Gwynn shit one time. Nobody said shit to me. I got a couple of heckles, but nobody said shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, this is ridiculous. This is too far. This is too far. You should not be physically assaulted by 30 people till you're on the ground, you're being kicked and punched for wearing the other team's jersey. This is mob mentality shit. They gotta some people got arrested. They gotta be charged. Come on, man. Yeah. What are we doing?
for sure.
What are we doing, man? Anyway, let's get into crimes against sport. You thought that was crimes against sport this
I
week.
did.
That was not.
Oh, okay.
That was not. We're going to get into some serious crimes against sport this week, and they're going to be brought to you by our friends over there at the RustBeltClub.com.
Brought to you by the RustBeltClub.com. They make the most comfortable clothes you ever wore, and they're guaranteed to be the most conversational. Put on your Rust Belt gear, and people are guaranteed to get inquisitive. Is that Tom Brady's joint? Where can I grab them cakes? Who won that game? Oh, good morning, counselor. Is that a tooth beer or two? I know that guy. Ho, that's a haunted water park. Abracadabra. And that's the RustBeltClub.com. It's for folks with an inquired taste.
Folks with an acquired taste, go get some of them shirts, man. Comfortable shirts. We're pushing them all the time. Great dude over there, Anthony Finelli. Go check some of that stuff out, guys. And they are bringing us crimes against sports. Oh, man, Galrag. Did you see they were airing that 30 for 30 this week, the Galraga thing?
Oh, I didn't see it. I've got to watch it.
Oh, you got to watch it. They got Jim Joyce on there, and they get deep into it. And I'm telling you what, man, it is one of the, you don't have to be a Tiger fan. It is one of those 30 for 30s you watch, Andy, and you will tear up.
Yeah,
you will absolutely tear up. It is the exact opposite of this Knicks fans horseshit that we're seeing.
Yeah.
It is nothing but just class act after class act through that thing down the stretch at the end of this documentary, where you're just completely humbled as a human being that people could handle something so well. It was fucking great. You got to watch it.
Does he apologize? Because he was like, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Oh, if you remember, he apologized in a press conference that night.
Yeah.
That night, he was like, I blew it. I ate shit on that and I got it wrong. And I'm going to sit here at this press conference until you guys are done giving it to me because I should do that. And I was like, oh, man, it's great. No spoilers, but yeah, if you guys are going to go watch it, but like Major League Baseball wanted to pull him for the next game. The next night, he's supposed to be behind the plate. And they're like, no way. Death threats to his family. People are going to his house and stuff. They're like, you can't up the game tomorrow. And he's like, my ass. I blew that call. I got to go out there and face those people or I ain't shit. You know, it was great. It's great. It's great. Go check it out. But we're going to turn the page and get to some real crimes against sports this week. Andy, I cannot wait to see what you have to say about this. Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback, convicted, caught red-handed of gambling on sports, of gambling on college football, of gambling on his own team, banned by the NCAA and ruled ineligible, has that overturned by a Texas judge this week. Judge Ken Curry overturned this verdict. Andy, what do you make of all this, man?
Well, I can only assume the guy was a Texas Tech alum of some sort.
Right? He is not.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's got some connection to the program, I'm guessing, in some way. You know, it's not. I don't mind if those guys are gambling, right? You're especially giving these guys NIL money and like they're gonna do it. They're 18 to 22-year-old guys. I do think you probably have to draw the line a little bit on your own sport, you know, like any major sport. So I can't say I love the Sorsby deal that was made here for Sorsby. You know, I'm happy that he gets to play, but like something, you know, he's got to either pay. I mean, I don't know. It seems like they probably shouldn't let him play ultimately.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not coming down on you. I understand you're just kind of on the spot with the question, giving us your opinion, but like some things like maybe draw the line and probably shouldn't play are like very nice ways of saying what, I mean, this is no, there should be an absolute line drawn. You cannot gamble on college football. You sure can't gamble on your own team. Right. And this kid should be done. He should be done. Here's the blueprint on this thing, how it went down now. So the NCAA banned him. Sorsby and the powers that be at Texas Tech, because, you know, they have all the money right now. Right. They put all the money behind bringing him in the transfer portal. They want to make a run at the national title. So they start backing him with a team of lawyers to get this thing thrown out. First judge that's put on the case, like you said, Texas Tech alum, multiple degrees in Texas Tech, lives in Lubbock. He recused himself. He was like, I'm not getting caught up in this. No chance, man. He's like, recused himself. So when that happens down there in Lubbock, they bring in a retired judge off of this waiting list where these guys are just kicking around for retirement money. And he comes in to hear the case. This guy, no ties to Texas Tech at all. He sits down and hears the case. Sorsby's lawyers are pitching the fact that he should be made eligible because he will receive irrefutable damage to his future if he is denied access to Division I coaching and Division I competition in his senior year. And if he's denied access to be properly evaluated by the NFL, it could ruin his chances of going to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's their fucking argument in court for him getting caught red-handed doing the shit that he's doing.
Right.
And this judge, Ken Curry, he comes back and he states that he agrees that this young man might incur irrefutable injury should he not be able to play this year.
Right.
What are we listening to?
Well, there's I will say Sorsby's lawyers are maybe not be wrong, right? Like if he has, let's say he has an awesome year, right? We saw it last year in the quarterback class. The quarterbacks that were really good, we thought going in had a bad year, then they didn't get drafted. And Nussmeier got drafted in the 7th round or whatever by the Chiefs. If Sorsby has an awesome year, obviously that would, in a very loaded quarterback class, that could help him, but, I would also think on the other side, the NFL teams obviously going to be a little worried about this gambling issue,
Not a chance I bring him in. Not a chance.
I think, he's probably, I mean, he probably should have to sit and just wait supplemental draft or a draft next year, whatever that is, and see if it works, or go play in like one of those other leagues, UFL or whatever it is, for a year.
Yeah, I can't even understand the world we live in anymore, Andy. I can't. That this is the argument we're sitting down to listen to.
Right.
If I worked at, let's just say fucking Walmart, if I worked at Walmart and they caught me taking his betting $100,000 worth of bets, 100,000.
Right.
More than 40 or 50 bets on his own team. So if I worked at Walmart and I was the manager or whatever, and they caught me stealing $100,000 worth of stuff out the back room, TVs and all kind of shit, and then I went to court and said, I don't think that you should be able to fire me. I might not be able to pay my rent next week. This could cost me irrefutable damage if you fire me. What are we listening to? It's almost a joke.
I also wonder, when they say stuff like $100,000, wherever it is, I'm like, did he win? That's what I want to know. Like, what was he like? Give me some specific bets he made. Like when he was on Indiana, was he betting for or against? Like these are things I want to know.
They've done a little breakdown. There's an article in the USA Today that you can go and read where they've started combing through his old games and looking at things that he did. And there's a game against Arizona where he, on the first play, throws a pick six from his own 20-yard line, and then again fumbles it inside his own 30 on a very questionable fumble later in the game, giving Arizona 10 points, which hits the over. There's another one where at the end of the game, I think it hits the over. He turns around and just kind of throws the ball backwards, like pretending someone was supposed to be there or something, and it's like bouncing all over the ground. Somebody picks it up and takes it in for a score. It's like I would say it's looking bad for him, but I guess it ain't. You get to go ahead and play.
I guess not. Right. I love that he throws it backwards. You're like, this is clearly cheating.
Yeah, like 0-8 in the month of November, and his stats kind of go like this. It's like, so I guess if you look at those patterns, Andy, you can tell when he was winning and when he was losing.
Yeah, for sure.
I better start throwing some games and try to get even with the house here.
Well, he should be able to play this year, but God knows. I think also it's going to be bad for the NCAA. Now, if once this starts happening again, because it's going to happen again, there's going to be more dudes going to bet on games. Like, I don't know how they're not going to do the Sorsby.
I don't know. Yeah, what you have set the precedent now. Like college football's lost its soul, and now we know for sure that it's lost its soul. But we had guys, not the ones that we had guys racing cars down in Georgia that got hit with harder stuff than this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the ones that led to death. I'm saying just the guys with the speeding and stuff like that. We've had guys get bigger punishments than this guy's gotten for doing this.
For sure.
This is absurd. And look, I'm not trying to turn this into a race thing, and I'm not trying to make it political or anything. But I do think that this would be a very different story if this was some inner city running back, maybe that was involved in this, and not some high profile white quarterback in Texas.
For sure.
For sure. this reeks of one of those, like the judge coming out and saying, well, this young man might suffer irrefutable injury to his future and he's got a bright future. This reeks of one of those cases where like the young 15-year-old swimmer rapes 5 girls at a party and they're like, he gets 6 months probation because he's got a chance for the Olympics and his dad's rich.
Right. No doubt. No doubt.
What is this?
I would like to know, Sorsby, like I would love to know what the NFL scouts this graded him at, like what they had him at. I assume not very high.
Not very high.
I assume.
Yeah, I don't think very high. I think he was really counting on this senior year at Texas Tech and that offense and making a run at trying to get himself. I mean, he wasn't great at Cincinnati, right? That's where he was, right? So, I mean, yeah, I think he needed everything to do with this senior year, but you blew it, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, I have to tell you, I'm thinking about, this is another college quarterback. I've been thinking about, a couple shows ago, like maybe 3 or months ago, I think I mocked you for Carson Beck. By the way, I mean, like, there's no way he goes in the third. I think he went in the third round. Now, having said all that, so you were right. I was very wrong. I wanted to throw you a bone here because you were right about that. And here's the bone I'm going to throw you. And I just want to sneak it in right now. People are listening at this mark, at the 21-minute mark. I'm going to give you a free bet right now. What I think you should do. I think we should all be betting Carson Beck for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, great bet.
Because let me just say it while I'm thinking about it, because when all this talk of Sorsby made me think of Carson Beck. I don't know why, outside of Carson Beck traveled to a bunch of different teams. Carson Beck, just throw it out there, has a chance to start right away. He's probably going to be bad, but if he's halfway decent, he's going to do by the middle of the season on, you're going to get a good number on him. So there you go.
I'm with you. Let's put that bet down because he's in Arizona, right?
Yep.
It ain't like he ain't got weapons out there.
No, he's got dudes. He's got dudes. Maybe Brissett starts for a little while. I don't know. If Brissett starts, great. The number is going to go up. But I'm just saying, if Beck starts the year, whoo.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good chance, man. He's got what's his name? They drafted Love, right?
Yep, and they got Marvin Harrison.
They got Marvin Harrison Jr. Hell yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But
anyway, that Sorsby made me think of Carson Beck, and I'd been meaning to tell you. It's like, oh, you really nailed that one, and I was like, there's no way. And
all right, let's do it, man.
You're right.
I appreciate
Sorsby,
that.
No playing. Carson Beck, Rookie of the Year.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that very much. That's the kind of show this is. I was like,
that was wrong. That's dead wrong. When he got picked for the first round of the third, I was like, I guess I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we still beat what's his name?
Mel.
Draft. We still beat Mel Kiper, so who cares, man? But the fallout from the Sorsby thing has gotten crazy, though. All right, so it's not just me furious about this whole thing, and I can't believe it because they're murdering college football for dollar bills. The fallout from this has been pretty big if you've been following it. Immediately within his own conference in the Big 12, TCU coach Sonny Dykes stated publicly, how can any of us ever trust the outcome of a game ever again? Not something a coach would said publicly. Yeah. The Big 12 commissioner, we've officially lost our soul, and we are looking into how we could take care of this in-house. The Georgia AD immediately sends a memo to all sports at Georgia. We are not to book any sporting events against Texas Tech. We will not play them Georgia-wide. Nebraska, same announcement made. We will not play Texas Tech. The B1G, the Big Ten Conference, is having meetings over the next couple of days, actively discussing a conference-wide ban against playing Texas Tech in any sport. And the Big 12 today announced that they are looking at punishing Texas Tech themselves, specifically the way the Big Ten did Michigan, but something a lot more permanent. Like you can play all your games, but you're not getting any wins.
Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen. Big 12 is going to have to get involved here and do something.
They have to. They have to. Somebody, it ain't going to be the CFP. It ain't going to be the college football playoff. That's going to be like, well, you're ineligible.
Right. No
do that.
Right. For sure.
No way.
Yeah.
So it's going to be money, though. So what's your prediction here? I mean, the powers that be, there's billionaires involved at Texas Tech now. I'm going to say nothing happens. I think everybody talks really tough.
That's what I was going to say. I think he'll play. We'll forget about it by mid-September, early October, and we'll be off to the races.
Every time this guy throws an interception, it's going to be front page news.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna want to know.
Every time.
Hopefully, he'll take a year off betting, just for just 1 year.
Yeah, it's normally what people with gambling problems do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and in a situation where you put them right involved in playing the thing that they're gambling on, like if it reminds me of the end of that movie Flight with Denzel Washington. You ever see that one where he's the
Yeah.
drinker and he's gets completely sober so he can go in and put this hearing behind him, and then the room next door, the door is just left open at the end. And it's just a little flickering in the wind, and he goes in there, and the mini bar's in there, and he gets fucking hammered.
Right. He's like, his DraftKings is on his phone. He's like, oh, that's how it is.
He's going to be cleaning out his junk mail because he's banned them all, and it's going to be a free $25 bet at FanDuel
For sure. Yeah.
against Kansas State. And he's going to be like,
He's like, $25. Let it run. Let's do it.
it's just $25.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. But hey, man, that's this week's Crimes Against Sport. Come on, college football. You're breaking my heart. Crimes Against Sports. God damn it. All right, buddy. Well, let's get into some quick hits. We got some fun stuff. We'll turn the corner into some fun stuff here, man. All right. I'm calmed down off that thing, and I'm going to let it go. Let's get into some quick hits. Let's talk a little Spurs, Knicks, and look, you motherfucker.
Oh, my gosh.
Louis, you son of a bitch.
Really? Smoke a cigarette? Got some money out?
Louis just put a graphic up here with money waving all over that says breaking news. Sorsby smoking a cigarette. He's back.
He's back.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Back.
All right. Knicks and Spurs. Knicks went up 2-0. Andy, where was your head after that?
Knicks in 4. Though I will say I did think the Spurs were a pretty tough team. So I think it would the Spurs were down 3-2 to Oklahoma City, 1 at home, 1 on the road again. So it was game 2 was a toss up. I didn't think the Knicks were going to absolutely get to 4. I was leaning that way, but Spurs are tough. They're not just going to go away. It's a good, tough team.
Yeah, they're young, and they're not like young, cocky, nothing to lose. They're that odd team that's very young and very confident. Very confident.
No, they're strong. That Wemby pass in game 2. Like, look, some of that's Wemby's fault, but also like those 2 guards on that team, Castle and Fox, they got to come and get the ball. Like, I was like, I immediately texted a couple people like, look, everyone's going to blame Wemby, as they should, but some of that's on Castle, and some of that's on Castle.
I'm with you. I'm not blaming Wemby on that at all, man. I'd say the first culprit outside those 2 guards, Castle and Fox, is this positionless basketball. There's no position. The big guy's got the ball, just turn and run up the court. He'll bring it up. At the end of the game with that much time left, no. Your guards got to be demanding the ball. We got to get it up the court. We'll get it back to you, but
you got to get up. Maybe can't remember if they even had a timeout at that time, but like maybe you could set up a play. Did. Right, you could set up they did. I think that's right. And they could set up a play, and I just didn't. It's also on the coach. You should have call timeout if you saw Wemby. If you see Wemby dribbling up the court, it's like call timeout and be like, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, right. But he normally does that, though, right? Sometimes he does just bring it up.
He does. But like, this is a big ask, man. This is a big game. Like,
agreed.
But yeah, I've enjoyed the series. I thought over the first 3 games, I think at least 2, the Knicks are the better team. Game 3, though, tonight's a big one, man. It's just enormous. Yep. Wu-Tang's the halftime show, so I feel like I'm putting it all on the Knicks. I got to be honest.
I got to ask you right now. Before you knew anything about game 3 or 4, even if you knew it was 2-0 Knicks, right? And you're a New Yorker, game 3, game 4, you're going to buy tickets.
Yeah.
The price tag for game 4 was way higher than 3 because they might sweep.
Yeah.
So you jumped on and you bought the tickets for game 3. You got the Donald Trump fiasco, and now the game 4 tickets are getting Wu-Tang.
Oh, man. Yeah, you definitely should have. If choosing between 3 and 4, especially with Knicks up 2-0, I think 4 was the one you should have chose. But Cardi B was halftime of game 3, so I'm still not terrible, But I'd rather see the Woo. But yeah. So it's 4. It was going to be great. It's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a great game. I always mix it up. Is Cardi B the one that's in love with Trump, or is it Megan Thee Stallion?
Good question. I don't know. I don't
think it's Cardi
remember.
B.
Cardi
I think it's
B,
Cardi
she
B.
used to be with Stephon Diggs, or is that Klay Thompson? So yeah, I'm with you. It's the same mix-up.
Yeah. I never, and it's not a mix up between those two people. I know the difference between those two people. I just don't know their politics. So spare me the
Yeah.
comments right now.
No doubt. Me too.
Spare me the comments on that right now. All right, let me ask you this. You told me before the series started, I think you said it right on the show. Might have been in a personal conversation, but I think you said it on the show before the NBA Finals started. Don't take Wemby for MVP and don't take Brunson for MVP. It's not going to pay anything. Find one of those second or third guys. And I think you said maybe DeAndre Fox, but I don't really like that. And you said, maybe Karl Anthony Towns. You said maybe put some money on Cat because it was like plus 2,700.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
I didn't actually, and I wish I would have because Cat's been great. Here's the only Cat downside, though. I don't think he scored a point in the fourth quarter of any of the 3 games.
Yeah,
he hasn't scored 1 point in the fourth quarter. That is leaving this race open. But if Brunson, I'm just throwing this out, is like, let's say the Knicks win in 6, and Brunson has a great fourth quarter, Brunson's going to win the MVP. But I agree with you. Cat has been, I think, the best player, and should be the MVP so far.
He's been great. And here's the thing with gambling. Like when you put money on a 2,700, you're talking $5 or $10 there. You're just hoping that in game 3, you're in the car. Am I in the car here? And you're in the car. If you're a Karl Anthony Towns, you're in the car right now, man. Like you're on the way.
Here's one betting advice that by the time this comes out, this game's already be over. But so I'm just going to tell it to you is I think something like in the last 23 or 25 years, I'm just talking about game 4. The under in game 4 is something like 17-4. It's like this is the under game.
Okay.
So
that's nothing to be considered. Nothing to be considered here about this new age of offensive basketball and fouls being called like crazy and thing. You don't think that'll come into play because they've been letting them play a little bit, right?
They have, but look, I'm telling you, the history tells us this is the one. This is where everything gets a little tighter. Here in game 4. It's a big game. So
I might jump on that.
The other one, here's another one I saw, and I don't remember who posted it, so apologies to whoever did. But first quarter, Spurs are plus 0.5. They've won the first quarter of every game in the finals. They're 3-0. And they've won 3 of the last 4 against the Thunder. So just so you want to bet the first quarter, take the Spurs. Yeah. And you should probably do that in game 5, 6, and 7 if we get there. So
I'm going to tell you a promise right now, Andy. When we hang up here, I am going to play a little parlay. Spurs plus half point first quarter.
Yep.
And the under.
Yeah, that's what history. I'm trying to look up the stat as we speak because I'm like, where did I see that? But I was like, it caught my eye. I was like, because I'm like you. I was like, well, a lot of scoring's happening.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to ride the hot streak. And let me tell you, on the Major League Baseball side of things right now on DWMOD, we're riding the hot streak. If you're following every day, we are back on 5-1 yesterday again. And right before we jumped onto this, the Padres just walked it off to close an early parlay on the early games for us today. We're feeling hot. I'm playing this bet you just suggested.
All right, here it is. I found it. NBA Finals Game 4 unders are 17-4 since 2005, including 8-0 in the last 8 Game 4s.
All right, we're on that. We're on that, guys. That's an official bet. That's an official all right bet from us.
Nobody's going to be able to bet it but you. But hey.
Well, well, shit. Sorry, guys. But we had some things going on in our life, and we're recording right now. So too bad.
Right. Well, if we're wrong, this will look foolish, and they can make fun of us. If we're right,
they could. They could make fun.
They make fun of me. But yeah,
it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often, Andy. The basketball and the football bets, you're pretty good money. The baseball bets, I'm pretty good money. We hand out money out in that show.
Yeah, well, the under is the one.
We do. All right. I'm going to ask you one more thing about Karl Anthony Towns because I really wanted your opinion on this. Okay. So we all know that after last season and during the offseason, the talks of him being traded were through the roof. It was no secret that it was actively being talked about to the point where he was being told in the locker room that none of the offense is going to be revolving around him early in the season. These are all known facts. This is not speculation. We know this now. They were not trying to involve him in the offense. They were he was probably going to be gone, going to get moved. It didn't happen. I would say probably you would agree that they were probably asking too much and everybody in the league was down on him and they didn't want him.
Yeah.
He sticks around. Now he plays phenomenal down the stretch the second half of this basketball season. He's been unstoppable in the playoffs. He's looking at maybe being finals MVP here. He's really turned it around for himself.
Mhm.
What do you think? Why do you think they couldn't move him?
Well, I think I mean they would have moved him for Giannis, right? If the price
Sure.
was right ultimately. But I think what has changed for me the most is the maturity of Cat. If you remember early Minnesota Timberwolves Cat, he was like throwing behind the back passes, a little like goofy, like or trying to like kind of almost be a showman as a big man. I think he's trying to be a little flashy. If you watch him, just watch him in the playoffs. Like he doesn't do any of that now. Like he actually plays within who he is for his size, and like he plays as a big man. Like he rebounds well. He does those things. He is taken off, in my opinion, he's taken off some of the shine of the mustard, and is just kind of doing the other things. And that has made him a way better basketball player.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing, and I think by doing that is, Brunson obviously makes the Knicks goes, but he's been great against Wemby. He's been great. Like
Been really good.
He attacks the rim. He forces Wemby to kind of attack. Like he's been really good. Defensively, he's been good. So I just think he's been a little less flashy and been a little more hardworking, a little more fundamentals. And
I'm glad you used words. I'm glad you used words like flashy and shine, because I think the turning point moment for him was the ESPYs. I think it was that Shane Gillis joke about him being all fancy and flashy.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I don't approve of it. I thought it was punching down. It
Yeah.
wasn't a joke that I cared for. I didn't find it funny, not in front of all those people. Not, I didn't think it was very cool. But I think that maybe got to him, and he was like, I'm knocking that shit off.
Yeah, he doesn't. He does. I think of him like you'd get so frustrated with him because I'm like, why are you throwing a behind the back pass? Like, why?
And then
You're
shoulder
7'2".
shimmy.
Right. You're 7'2". Like you don't have to throw behind we have to throw the behind the back pass. You do not. You've gifted height. And he doesn't do that anymore. Now he just like attacks the rim, rebound. I'm like, that's all we wanted. You're doing it.
So here's a guy that went from not sure if the team was going to keep him, don't know if he's going to be around much longer. We don't know if we want to keep him, to driving us into the playoffs, helping us house everybody and roll through the playoffs, and maybe being MVP. Dare I wish that this fella might live that dream next season? The same story, Jalen Duren.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, I think it's like I do think we hit some Duren talk. Like the key to Duren is he's 22. Well, he's 22, guys. Like when he's in 5 years, he's going to be much stronger. He's going to know the game better. So that's why, which is why I think I've been saying all along, it doesn't matter who offers Duren money. The Pistons will match.
Got to.
You have to.
You have to.
You just can't give up this asset like that easily.
No, you can't. And you hope that now, like, here's the point I'm making too, is like after that Pistons playoffs run and how he played, everybody's talking about it costing the money. We discussed it on this very show. And he probably hurt himself a lot with that performance. And I'm going to make the argument right now that Cat has helped him get right back to the table for the money he's got coming to him, because they're going to look at that situation and go, look what can happen, man. You know?
Also the Pistons are going to be like, look, we're going to be very good at basketball for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So are the Knicks, right? And the Knicks have size. You're going to need to have some. They can't get rid of Duren and have no size.
Right.
So they got to keep him.
You make an excellent point. When you're trying to find pieces down the stretch to make you turn the corner to be better than other people, you don't want to be in the position of we need to find a big man at the deadline that's going to – you don't want to be in that position because you ain't finding that guy.
But people don't trade those dudes very often.
No, you can find the defender. You can find the 6-man bench guy. You can find the defensive spark plug. You're not finding Jalen Duren at the deadline.
No, like it has to go wrong like it does with Giannis. Like his team has to be bad and everybody's got we got to recoup some value here. It's got to go really wrong. That's how you get the big guys.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be, man. Yeah.
Especially
a little early there, especially what? Go ahead.
I was saying especially 22-year-old dudes.
Yeah, especially 22-year-old dude. Especially 22-year-old dude. All right, well, with the NBA Finals back on track now, big game tonight. You just said whoever wins this game tonight, going to be all of it. It's all on the table. Probably could be in the driver's seat to win this thing. And with that being the case, and a red hot finals with some decent ratings going on right now. What do you were watching TV sports shows today, ESPN mainly. What do you think the NBA narrative across all these platforms today was? The NBA controls the narrative. Were you listening to see what the narrative today was?
Well, I would hope it was game 4. It was a huge game. I don't, it's not much
No.
bigger games.
No, Andy, here's the narrative the NBA wanted to get back into. Referees, and crying about referees, and because of this.
Watch this play. This is what frustrated Brunson. Oh, whoa. That's, excuse me, that should be a flagrant one. I can understand why Brunson, and then Wemby's laughing at it.
We all saw that play. Wemby got away with one. It's the NBA Finals, man. Like, everybody's clutching their pearls over this. When we grew up watching real physical basketball, Andy, that would have been a normal thing.
Yeah, it was fine. You know, I would say, though, I have noticed Wemby loves to yell at his own dudes a lot. And I'm like, if I'm the other dudes, I'm like, okay, buddy, I get it, but let's not yell. You know,
you're not wrong, but he seems to have that quality as like a Tom Brady has, where like he just has the respect of the room, and they know it's not coming from a place of he thinks he's better than them. They understand it's coming from the place of I'm trying to push you to get up here with us and win this thing, man.
Right.
You know, he just seems to have that quality. But the NBA, their narrative all over all these channels today, crying about the referee and crying about this call being missed. You have such a good story going on right now. Why are you focusing on the referees?
Yeah, I mean, this is you got New York, Wemby. It's like, this is perfect. This is great for the NBA. Like, I actually think the refs, I think for most of the series have been decent. You know, I don't think they've been that bad at all. Like, it's hard to, I assume it's hard to referee a game with a 7'7" dude throwing around, you know, like it's got to be hard. But I think they've been good, pretty good for the most part.
I've enjoyed it more so than the last couple years down the stretch here in the playoffs. They're starting to let things go and let them play. Be physical. Somebody should have to be physical to win the championship.
Yeah, it is. You can tell a little early, but how the game's being reffed. And most of these games so far have been like, we're going to let them hit each other a little bit.
Yeah, and guess what? The fans are really enjoying it more than we were enjoying all the flopping from like Shea and everything.
For sure.
This could be the moment the NBA really uses to turn this thing going into next year and get rid of this flopping. Yeah,
for sure. It's been good. It's like the refs are look. They did miss that call. We probably should have got some action of some sort, but even missing, these dudes are going to miss calls. That just happened to be one of them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I tend to be kind of like a ref apologist in a way, where I'm like, it's the hard sport to ref, you know, it's like football. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
It is. And listen, I give them more credit in the NBA because it's like, they're not that terrible. Trust me.
Right.
Trust me. When they're missing something terrible and falling for these flops very terribly, it's not because they're that bad. They're being told to. They're being told to call that.
Well, I hate when they call it tight. That's when I hate. I hate when the game, like when it's like a guy like swipes down, like foul. I'm like, oh god, it's gonna be one of those. It's like I just hate tight. I like a little rougher.
Yeah, let them play. Let them play some damn defense. So come on, NBA, get the narrative right.
No way. There's no way. No way.
All right, Andy, we're stepping into no way. You can see it's the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals. We got World Cup coming. Baseball's red hot. Why am I sitting here with a Probert shirt and a Red Wing hat, and the Red Wings are not even in it? This is going to be our no way for today. If you didn't see, Dylan Larkin wants out of Detroit. He has announced he wants out. He has given a list of the teams that he would like to go to. I don't even give a shit about giving that air. I would like to say this infuriates me. Okay, he will go down in history as one of the worst captains in the history of Hockey Town. And this is sad because this is a kid who grew up playing hockey in Michigan, grew up playing for the University of Michigan, the lifelong Red Wing fan. You live the dream. You become the captain of the team in Hockey Town. You're living the dream, man. And now you're going to demand a trade and want out because the team hasn't made the playoffs in 10 years. Guess who's been the captain, buddy? Who are you blaming? Who are you blaming? You're the captain. He's throwing heat at the front office for not doing enough at the deadlines. In his own words, he said they didn't do enough at the deadline to bring some guys in here to motivate us down the stretch in the season. motivate you down the stretch in the season. My man, with 24 games left, you were in first place. You're the captain. You're in that locker room. Your team was in first place with 24 games left and didn't make the playoffs. Don't put that on the front office. Steve Yzerman, he went out and got Gibson to play goal, right? And they made another move. They bring in Falk. They brought in Perrin. Falk and Perrin, two good players that if they'd have walked into a Steve Yzerman locker room down the stretch, they'd have played some amazing hockey in the playoffs. I guarantee those guys would have been elevated and played better than they ever had. They would have been motivated walking into that locker room. Those guys would have been motivated walking into a Lidstrom captained locker room. So when you're saying we didn't get enough motivation, that's on you, my man. You're the captain in there. They made moves. They brought guys in. Let's drop a few facts here while I'm getting long-winded too, Andy. In 10, yeah.
No,
yeah,
I said, please. No, you just we're spreading out. We're giving you that half of the floor so you can, ISO. Just get
Let's
ISO
do it.
ball, baby.
We're going ISO right now, baby, because this pisses me off, man. You should be furious with yourself and pushing yourself like you wouldn't believe. This should be a LeBron Cavs thing where you're like, I want to win a championship in this town, not get me out of here because I haven't done a good enough job. 10 years, in the past 10 years with the Red Wings, he's had over 70 points 3 times. Now, let me tell you, 70 points is good for about 60th in the NHL, Andy. That's good for about 60th place in points. So you ain't setting the league on fire, my friend. Okay? It's not like you're going, trade me somewhere so I can get them to the cup. That's not happening. All right? I'm telling you, Steve Yzerman is gladly trading this guy. Steve Yzerman is probably secretly furious with this guy for being a loser captain. I can't even believe this move. Good riddance. Goodbye. I turn the floor over to you.
Well, the other, my knowledge of this gentleman is very minimal, only on the fact, I know who he is, but I don't really follow him. But he does have a no trade clause, which means he is kind of dictating the trade, which kind of puts the Wings in a tough spot because, they may get a better offer from, I name it, bad team here, and they may want to take that, but this dude can block that offer. So that to me is the real, he can just say no. Like the Blues could offer him, great picks and great play. I have no idea, but you know what I mean. And that so his list is kind of, if you're those teams getting it off his list, which are it was Vegas and Florida and somebody else, I think.
It's already started because Minnesota, you bring that up. Minnesota's the team that's been first to the table here.
Right.
They've offered us a netminder who has a pretty good upside, but we went and got Gibson last year. I don't know, not a terrible big need for us. That's more of a Minnesota'd like to unload him. And they offered us a couple of young players that are kind of good, but this isn't a good deal for us. So
right.
No.
That's what I'm saying. All these teams that on his list are just going to give 50 cents on the dollar here. And that's not great. That's not great.
No. So I'll tell you what I would do if I was Steve Yzerman. I'd send the kid a message because I think he's locked up through, man, I'm probably wrong on this, but I thought I saw somewhere like 2031 or something like that. We got him for another 5, something like that. It's something like that. He's got him locked up. Send the kid a message and be like, well, guess what, nobody wanted you. You blocked us on all the other trades. So you're coming back and I'm going to need that C off the sweater, my friend.
Yeah. He's 20, 30, 31. 20, 30, 31.
Yeah. I'd make him come back and skate and be like,
just wait it out. If we can't get a good offer, you don't have to play. Retire. Don't take the money.
Don't take the money then. And I got to tell you, he cannot be the captain of this team next year. He cannot.
Yeah.
He cannot.
Unless he wants to come back and play. And then maybe, then we'll let the team decide. But yeah,
you got to earn it. You got to earn it. At the All-Star break, maybe you can get the C back, but it's going on somebody else for right now. And I'm going to mark my words. If we get rid of him, we'll make the playoffs next year. That'll be the turning point in the locker room. I'm like, hit the bricks, bro. Hit the bricks. I don't mind if you want out, but you want to throw shade on the organization and be like, it's everyone's fault but yours. You're the captain, bro. And they've had some guys around. The last 2 seasons in a row, you've been in the driver's seat for the playoff 2 years ago and you blew it. And this last season was one of the most epic collapses in the history of sports, professional sports. So no, hit the bricks, my friend, beat it.
No way. There's no way. No way.
Whew. I had to get that off my chest, pal.
No, you got to, man. This guy is crazy.
So mad. So mad about it, man.
By the way, speaking of that,
mad.
quick, I assume since it's tied 2-2, please tell me you'll be betting Vegas money line as a dog for the rest of the playoffs.
No.
It's
not worth it. I can't. You were right. You were right before. Man, Louis was giving me shit. He's telling you right now. He was texting me and giving me shit every night. You didn't bet on Vegas. Like right after I get your text, I'd get one from him. And I'd be like, you fucking guys. You were right early on, but now it's no good for me because the bet for the Hurricanes to win the Stanley Cup only pays like $45 or $50. So it really doesn't behoove me to be doing that right now. And I also have a parlay ticket on Knicks Hurricanes. So let's go Knicks Hurricanes.
Okay.
That one will pay about 110 or something. So let's get that one moving. Let's get that one moving. All right, man. Let's get into knock it off, and then we'll get this thing moving through the end here. We got some interesting take here. I want to see what is important to you here and knock it off. But guys, knock it off is brought to you by the official beer choice of the DWMOD podcast. It's Old English 800 and some brass monkeys.
Brass monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey, chunky.
All right, man. I'm going to be enjoying one of those in about an hour here. I wonder if they'll have those at the Falcon picnic tomorrow. What do you think?
For sure they will. I got to. I'm beginning of the year.
Should I bring my own? Bring my own?
Get a Falcons glass. Get a Falcons cup.
By the way, Jerron sent me a text. Hey, meet up over here at 11, and then we'll ride together. We'll head out there, and please don't wear your Lion stuff, man.
I do.
Lion stuff to this. You needed to say that to me.
Well, but see, this is what I'm saying about that Spurs kid. Jerron did. He felt like he had to say it.
He did. He told me, he goes, man, you never know. I had to say it.
See, this is my Spurs kid theory. I'm like, what was he doing? What's he doing?
Oh man, I got an old D. I told him and you know this to be true, Andy. I told him I have a plethora of jerseys in that closet.
Right.
I'll find something appropriate.
Yeah,
I got a Deion Sanders 90s Falcons jersey I'll wear tomorrow.
For sure.
All right, let's get into a little knock it off here. Ticket prices. Okay, starting with the Knicks. We talked about it earlier, game 3, game 4, things like that. The Knicks game 3 and 4 tickets, they were going for $1 million of floor seat in Celebrity Row. There was some super auction for $1 million seat down there. Average seat cost in the arena, average seat, like an average high up seat, $7,600. Tickets just to get in the building, $4,500. Standing room, $4,500. Okay. The World Cup is coming. Atlanta's one of the cities. I don't think they're going to be. Oh, they are in LA, right?
USA first game.
Yeah, USA first game. So they'll be in LA. They're going to be in a bunch of cities. Kansas City got this thing. Oh, okay, cool.
Kansas City's got like a quarterfinal. I think Austin, maybe Philadelphia. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I know Seattle has got the big World Cup gay pride game.
Yeah.
And it's Iran against Iraq or something like that, I think.
Watch out. It's going to be a good one.
Who did that? Who did that? That's not going to go well. That's not going to go well. I wish everybody luck and love up there. Yeah. Anyway, my point here with the World Cup, the group games, you guys understand how World Cup works. So the group of the A group, B group, with group play, the basic round robin games.
Yeah,
they're starting from $800 to $1,000 a ticket for round robin, and that's for the nobody teams. The good teams are going for $2,600, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,600 for just to get in the building, just for a regular seat, nothing special. Right. Up to $6,000 for premium seating, just for those group games. The knockout round stages, $3,200 for nosebleeds, up to $10,000 for tickets. And in the finals, tickets in the nosebleeds will be $15,000 to $20,000 for a nosebleeder, over $2 million for premium seating. Andy, has sports just completely jumped the shark here, where it's no longer for the common man? You're not going.
No, I'm not going to. I don't want to deal with all the traffic and people. But 2, I'm also not in town. But yeah, I mean, look, if I had tickets, I would definitely sell them. Just like I would have sold them if I had MSG tickets. I'm selling those. They're a little high. But if you had them, this would pay for your whole season at MSG. For sure. I think you got it. I have a friend. I'll tell this quick story who told me
Go ahead.
a friend in New Orleans who said that he has a friend who's a plastic surgeon who has season tickets at the Garden in third row, and somebody offered him $400K for his 2 tickets, and he turned it down. And for game 3, and I wrote him in before the game, and I told my friend, I'm like, you go tell your friend he has to sell those tickets. And he did say he thought it was better for his business to be at the game than to sell them.
Yeah. His business. Yeah.
His plastic surgeon business. And I was like,
you're reaching up to that $1 million row one we just talked about and tapping Kate Hudson on the shoulder and going, your face is starting to look like it's moving again.
but I would sell those tickets in a heartbeat. I mean, $400,000, see ya, gone.
Yeah, you know what though? Put yourself in his shoes though. Joking aside, though, well, maybe not joking aside, but honestly, he's like, "What are you talking about? I'm going to do 4 lip fillers and some angio tomorrow morning, and I'll get that $400K in 3 hours. I'm going to the game
for sure."
You know, it's sick, but that's the way it is. But so that's my question to you here, and knock it off. Because I got into this with my wife. I'm like, no, I'm not paying for that kind of stuff. You know, that's ridiculous. I would not pay if it was the Pistons. I'm not paying $7,600 to be in the building, Andy. I'm not doing that.
No.
What's the one thing that's worth it to you, though?
I would probably. What would I pay for? Basically, is what you're asking me.
What game would
Missouri
you pay?
Football, Missouri football national championship game.
And what would be the ceiling?
There is no ceiling. That would be. I would be at that game.
$200,000 if you had.
I would risk everything. I would be there. I would find a way in. I don't know if I'd pay $200,000, but but a lot. I would be at the nosebleed. That or like, it would probably go Missouri, maybe a Final Four. I might Missouri basketball. Those would be Chiefs. No, because I've already seen it now. You know, I've seen it.
You've already seen them win, right?
I've seen the Royals win, so it's like, so
you got to put a price tag on it though. So let's say Missouri Final Four. What's your price tag for that ticket to get into that game?
$10,000.
$10,000.
I would be willing to go. So I mean, I'd hope I would get it for $4,000, but I would be willing. I would have to. I mean, this would be conversation I have to have with my wife. Be like, oh, well,
sure. We're just staying
off the top of my head. I would set my max at like $10,000.
Okay, so Missouri Final Four could get you to the table. Missouri National Championship football game could get you to the table for discussing. I was talking about it with my wife, and I'm like, I've been to the World Series with the Tigers. I've seen the Red Wings hoist the cup. I've watched Red Wings in the Stanley Cup multiple times in person. I don't know, man. Like, to me, the only thing that it would get me to the table for an expensive ticket for the game would be the Super Bowl, would be Lions Super Bowl. I'd be at the table for $10,000. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that yes, 100% for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't think of another thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think like Royals. I mean, if they were, you know, when they played the Giants, I didn't go. It was close. I just didn't want. I was like, I'll watch on TV. I don't want to drive to San Francisco.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, Lions for sure. You would go to that. You would be like
Lions Super Bowl. I would go to that. And the one that I kick myself over is because I put the trip together for us to go watch the Red Wings win in the Stanley Cup. I went with a bunch of firemen when we beat the Capitals. And then the next time around when we were playing the Hurricanes, I got a bunch of buddies while I was in schools. I was still in the fire department, but I was still playing football in Silver College. I got a bunch of my buddies on the team. I said, look, I've done this before at the firemen. Trust me. Let's buy tickets to game 4 in Carolina right now before the series starts. They'll be cheap. We'll get them. We got them for like $250. We'll go down for game 4. It's going to be awesome. We did it.
Yeah.
When the Pistons played the Lakers, and I did the same thing to those guys in 2004. I said, let's buy tickets for game 4 in LA and go. Right. Looked them up. We could have been in the building for $350. Didn't go. Nobody wanted to go to LA for that. And I didn't fucking go. And the Pistons won.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm bummed out about that. But for me, Super Bowl, that's it. But you're saying Missouri Final Four national championship.
Football, right? Missouri's never been to a Final Four, and has obviously never won the national title. So those would be the two. I wouldn't even do it for like when they're in the playoffs. Let's say Missouri is in the playoffs. I'm not paying for that. I'll watch it on TV because I know how this ends in my mind. So I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for you know, watching them play Auburn in 8 versus 9 or whatever the stupid matchup is. But
I got you.
It was in like Miami and it was like Missouri versus Georgia or Missouri versus Penn State, whatever. I'd be like, yes, here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll commit to this right now because it probably won't cost me anything. If University of Olivet goes to the college football national championship Division III or basketball, I'll go to either one of those. And
Yeah.
if Central Michigan should find their way to crash the college football playoff, I will go to that game, whatever the cost.
Yeah. There's
Go to that game.
not many. There's not many things for sure.
But yeah, for me, it's Super Bowl. Guys, let us know. Pop in the comments here on this video. Like, what's your game and what's the price? Other than that, I'm out on a lot of this stuff, buddy. These tickets are ridiculous.
All right, everyone, time to do me a favor and knock it off.
He also has helped a lot too. Our TVs are so
What's
nice
that?
now. Our TVs are so nice now. You're like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. And age plays a difference. I'm not 25
100%.
anymore.
100%. I just didn't want to say that, but yes.
Yeah, I'm not 25 anymore where I'm like,
Right.
that's going to be fucking
Right.
fun. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it would be fun, but not $10,000 fun.
Right. Great.
You
Great.
know what I mean? No, for $10,000, Andy, a bunch of us could get together and
100%.
rent out a whole room in Vegas and watch football all day long and bet and drink beer.
Yeah, you can go gamble afterwards. Yeah, that sounds like more fun.
It sounds like more fun.
You
to
can
me.
buy a
It sounds
T-shirt
like-
that says "National Champions Missouri." I'll be fine.
I'll buy it for you.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
All right, brother. That's it. Predictions for tonight. Knicks.
Oh, I do think so. I think Knicks, and then I think Spurs win Game 5, and then Game 6 is an absolute zoo. But I think the Knicks get it done in 6.
All right, I'm gonna make it a 3-leg parlay. I'm gonna get this bet in.
But by the way, World Cup starts. Is there any teams you like on the World Cup before we go?
If I had to put a bet down, I don't know much about it other than some small things I've read just so that I'm a little up on it. I would put the money on France. From what I've read, they've got their second stringers could make their own team and probably make it to the quarterfinals in this thing.
Yeah, they're good. They're number 2 at plus 500. I like Spain at plus 450. So I think you're okay with like Spain or France. Ultimately,
Okay.
I think
right,
that those are
all right.
both. If you're taking some long
Yeah.
shots, I'm going to just throw one long shot out there. It's 66-1 that I don't think is going to win, but they would have a couple games at home, and it's
Okay.
Mexico.
Oh, a couple games at home.
Couple
That could
games at
play.
home. I think, unfortunately for them, they run into like, I don't know. They have just a horrible matchup. Like I want to say it's like if it's like France or Portugal or like in like the quarterfinal or something like that. To something where they're going to lose is my only point.
Yeah. Maybe Croatia. They made the
Yeah, why
run
not?
last time. Maybe they can do it again. I don't know.
But I'm with you. This is kind of a favorites game to me, where I would lean favorites. So I think
Yeah.
France is a great bet. Spain's a good bet. You could get me on any of those type of bets.
That's my knowledge of it. That's about the extent of it. We're going to try to go to a game. We're watching tickets here in Atlanta, and if anything's cheap, I want to check that off my bucket list. I'll go to a World Cup game if we can find some tickets for cheap. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. I'll keep you
I
posted.
would
man.
say don't bet on USA. That's all I can really tell you.
Oh God, I bet on them to lose every game.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's a bet for them to go 0-4 in pool play, I might take it.
Yeah, for sure. So,
So
good
sorry,
seeing you guys.
Justin.
We'll get back at this next week, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, brother. All right, man. We'll get back at it next week. We'll have some good topics for you guys next week, and we'll see you next time.
We cutting loose.
College football is now B1G versus SEC. Down, put. If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money. Ready? All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. I'm trying to get this parlay in real quick. Now, what was the other one I was taking? So Knicks, Spurs minus half, and what was the other one we were taking?
The under.
Oh, the under. All right, here we go. 3-teamer.
row.
I got it lined up here. Plus 658. Okay, I'm in. Knicks money line. Spurs to win the first quarter. Under 217. I'm in.
We cutting loose.